Neat.
Neo. Just don't think about it. Just stop thinking about recording. Pretend it's not happening. We're having a friendly conversation.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Okay, cool. Alright, so where do we start? Where do we start from? Do we do the clap thing? Do we do anything
yeah,
thingamajiggies?
let's go ahead and do the clap thing, but I was thinking instead of the clap thing, because this is a literal disaster every time.
Okay.
We count down from 3. So when I say 3, then Bat Boy will say 2, and then Shay will say 1, and then Jaded will say 0. Okay? Are we ready?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
3,
2.
1.
0.
Yay! Okay, that'll probably work a lot better for lining up tracks than anything else.
Great.
So let's see here. I mean, the initial fucking topic was supposed to be anything regarding Ahegao Squad and Obsidian Phoenix, but well, we're missing quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Lily couldn't be here with us tonight. Ramona's too busy jacking off and getting high.
Yeah.
So I guess it leaves it to me and Max, and I suppose Shay, if Shay has anything she wants to promote.
Not exactly. Nothing interesting.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I seem to have recalled you posting some merch on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, that. But yeah, I have a Redbubble account. It's the same as my Twitter handle. I guess Shrey Witch. I know no one can freaking type that out, so leave a link, I guess, for me.
Is that really how you pronounce it? Because I always pronounced it Chrysius Witch.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, yeah, it's Shrey. It's it means golden, I believe, in some language.
Oh, that's cute. I could turn that into a JoJo reference, but I won't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I have, just for the record, I have ordered from Shay's Redbubble, and it is great. It is, top-notch quality.
Yeah,
thank you, Max.
I intend to do the same once I get paid again, but currently I bought shirts from Ira for myself and for Mr. Lumberjack, who couldn't be here tonight.
That's unfortunate, but speaking of that Ira shirt, I still need to cop one myself.
Speaking of.
Clips.
Suspense.
Well, I released a track called Cold Devils that featured Grimm and Sigma the Modest. Sigma also couldn't be here tonight. What a bitch. So that's out. Any listens to that would be greatly appreciated. As always, I love you all.
That is so wholesome. That's great.
Very, very wholesome.
Wholesome indeed.
I don't really have anything interesting to share, so I don't really have anything to put up. I'm just doing my thing and hopefully releasing new material soon, but other than that, I really got nothing to say when it comes to news and up-and-coming projects.
Yeah, Ramona's not here, but I will speak on her behalf. She has a new Ahegao Squad single coming out with Neko Mimi, so that's important.
That is very important.
Very excited.
Very
Same.
excited indeed.
Same. So, we had a review, I believe, which we wanted to talk about.
Yes, we did. I didn't know if we wanted to do it early on or in the middle or wherever, but it all works the same to me. So, the tape that we're going to be reviewing today is Kadathe, Kill the Space God EP. Let me find my bot command here, and I can get it started.
Fuck yeah. I actually gave it a listen earlier, and I was pleasantly surprised. Like,
it's very loud, so those of you, when Axel comes into the call, turn it down.
Got it.
Yeah. That fuck it track was crazy.
The Midnight Society.
This is Act 1 of 5, Sadie, Where's My Lighter?
Really, where you finna go? I know you never speak your mind like a criminal. Tell me read between the lines and subliminal.
There's apparently a story in the description, so I'll leave that for the listeners to indulge in.
I'll admit, when I listened to it, I did not read the story.
Eyes like that and that fishnet tie with your nails all black. When I kiss your neck and you bite my tongue, girl, you get so wet. My dick in your lungs, I don't know what's next. Girl, get you John. You say fuck your man, you know what you want. I don't know what's next. Girl, we get so John. You say fuck your man as I make you come.
I mean, these beats have a very, very Death Grips or Peggy reminiscent sound to them.
Yeah, I would like to say that they're very industrial.
Industrial, yes, that's the word. Almost reminds me of Godflesh in a way.
I am not familiar with Godflesh, but yeah, would it be fair to say, I kind of had this thought while listening to it. I don't know if it's a fair comparison, but it kind of gave me a similar feel I got when I listened to Mac Miller's Delusional Thomas project. Not that they sound, anywhere near each other in terms of overall sound, but just the mindset and overall tone of the projects are kind of similar in my opinion.
I'll try.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
See, the ending of this first track I appreciate it because I kind of like the glitchy, repeating vocals.
Right, as it fades out into the next track. It's a nice, smooth transition. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we now have Act 2 of 5, Birth of the Space God.
The Midnight Society. The Midnight Society.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh, okay.
Shit.
Okay.
Oh my Christ.
Yeah, I'm too worried about my image, I get it. Niggas thought that I was finished, I quit it. Not before, but I'm replenished, my nigga. Proven guilty, but acquitted is written. My description's so explicit, then kill him. Have to understand this thinking demented. Serving to his own additions conflicted. Thinking with an aberration, I get it.
I just want to hop in and say as well, when it comes to this type of rapping, or this style overall, what makes it really appealing to me is I grew up with a lot of, heavy metal. I grew up with a lot of punk rock music in my household, and I can, like, whenever I listen to this type of rap, I can always draw so many similarities. It's got the same aggression and energy to it.
Right,
and,
I feel the same way. Like, my father raised me on, like, Dream Theater and a lot of prog music, but then it developed into, like, slam metal and death metal and thrash metal and all this kind of shit. And listening to things like this on a totally different end of the spectrum of music, but with that same feel, I can really relate to that a lot. And it's something I can really feel at one with. So I really feel you. I really feel you on that, Max.
Yeah, it's like, you had similar, like, you had rap acts that came out in the 80s and 90s that had a similar approach to the scene, where it had like a similar reaction to when the punk came out in the 70s, but I feel like it's not been until just recently that rap has perfectly been able to capture the punk sound and its essence and properly implemented.
A strong movement too.
Got Act 3 out of 5. Vengeance with Fuck It.
I love Fuck It, by the way.
Fuck It.
Fuck It.
Oh, it is amazing.
I appreciate the grainy vocals.
Hair bracing.
I will say though, and this could just be nitpicking, even though this is a track I would love, technically. I mean, it's got Fuck It on there, it's probably the loudest, most aggressive track on the entire project, but I feel like obviously they mixed it purposely to be very distorted and loud,
right.
But I feel like it might be a little oversaturated. There's a little too much treble. There's some frequencies that are kind of fucking with me a little bit, and it makes me not want to have it turned up just all the way the way I would usually like it. It's it physically
I agree with that. Like, what was it? The projects that Nah did with Give, they did that the right way. They made it loud and they made it jarring, but not in a way to where there would be any peaks that would really bother the listener.
Exactly.
Like there was a healthy balance, you're saying. This doesn't seem to have it.
No, but I think that was also their intention, so... Possibly. I'm just saying, I could be nitpicking. I totally get where they were going with it. That's just, personally how I feel listening to it.
There's a lot going on right now.
Act 4 or 5. 5 rare.
I'm just gonna say right now that this is my personal favorite of this project. I love it. The production on here is flawless.
I mean, it's produced by Rare Akuma, so what do you want?
There's just something about the I think it's voices, like it's a vocal sample, and the way it just echoes throughout the instrumental, and it's got the flutes and everything. It creates a melancholic, but it's also a little ominous, and it's just a really, really nicely and professionally produced track, I feel.
Yeah, thus far I can say that this is definitely their best produced track.
Another thing that I appreciate about the track is how smoothly like he plays around with the beat, like flow wise. I feel like he's very laid back. He knows exactly like how to like where he should do his pauses, where he should come back in, and it's like overall he does it in a very stylistic way, I feel.
Right, he does it in an almost aerospace type way where he can just kind of flow, but he knows where to fall on each beat.
Yeah, like I don't know much about when it comes to rapping and like how you place your syllables and all that kind of stuff, but I can appreciate when I hear and I get an idea of what the lyricist is trying to do, and this is like a very good example of that. Speaking of which, like you said, Rondo, like this is definitely gives me the aerospace vibes, yeah.
Shit.
And this interlude is nice.
Oh shit. Oh my Christ.
Or it was just the end of the track, whatever.
No fade out, no nothing.
Ooh, build up.
We got Act 5 of 5, Space Guys Never Die.
Yeah, this intro is kind of giving me a Bones vibe. Just a little bit.
No, I could see that.
A little Bonesy. Okay, but this is totally different. This
Yeah.
one's good too.
Yo, fuck the game, the underground is fucked. Knew someone was bound to press they luck. I'm loaded up, the blade is on me tuck. I dare a nigga, tax me, time is up. Safety off, I dare you try to run. Braver with the sword than with the gun. Hard to breathe with holes the size and lungs. My blood is boiling hotter than the sun. Ay, midnight pull up, that's your fate. Yo, pussy nigga run away. Yo, red alert at the gate. Ay, service head on a plate. Whoa, midnight just set little bitch, don't forget no respect for you pussies. It's lit when I pull up, I'm busting concussion. Yo, click and get slaughtered as soon as you see it's that C. You niggas faking, we already know. You ain't moving, you losing. You flex what you broke, you a hustle. You ride on my dick, you a
Very
troll.
nice.
Slush on you bitches and kiss you explode. Call me the guy, nigga, look at the flea, boy. You better be by what you say in your tweets, so you keep it a mill with your mills. Look at me, boy, I come with a thrill, so be ready to.
Going back talking about the distortion, how you do it right, I feel like this track definitely did it a lot better.
Yeah.
And yes, that sample, if it even is a sample, something about the melody sounds familiar.
And a sharp movement too.
I can't put my finger on where it would be from.
It is amazing. Energy.
A lot of it. A lot of it for sure.
Lots of it. I feel like that's something I could bump on loop for
Honestly.
ages. If I'm gonna piss off,
Air abrasive. Yep, playful.
Oh yeah.
Speed down a highway type shit.
Oh, you
Right,
trying-
right.
I think that's a death wish, but I'm gonna let you do that.
Yeah. You're just on the
Still care, though.
highway, facing the traffic, and you're speeding. For sure. I think the only skip for me would probably still, like, again, I love Fuck It, I love the track, but it's a little too much on the spectrum.
It got overwhelming towards the end.
It did, but that's okay. Every
But
now and then
everything
there's
else,
gotta be one
definitely.
of those.
For sure. Not every single track can be perfect. So I give this my professional rating of 4 out of 5 bats.
I have to agree with that. 4 out of 5 bats. Let's go
Agree
with
with that
that.
one too.
Mm-hmm.
4.5.
Just put in
4.5, okay.
Just,
Shay,
just put in a bunch of fucking bat emojis, you know, like 4, because I feel like that's the general score spin of 4 of them. So what do you guys want to talk about now? Like, what else are we gonna get? What else do you guys want to get into?
I saw you say something earlier about potential Bat Boy merch. You want to talk about that?
Ooh.
Yeah, I did tweet about that a couple of days ago.
There's a lot going on right now.
I mean, admittedly, I've been inspired by seeing Ira and a couple other friends to keep talking about making shirts and merch, and you know, I was kind of like, maybe I can get into that. Maybe I can do something like that. But at the same time, I don't see myself as being super influential in the scene. I have like a small following, I guess. So I'm just kind of like, would there be anyone interested
I
if I were
wouldn't
to
call
make
your
a shit?
following small, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't see myself as being like that big in the scene, really.
So
I guess.
modest.
Humble.
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I fucking love and appreciate literally every single person that follow me and like my music. But like when I put myself next to other people in the scene, I'm like, nah, I'm not really all that, am I?
Oh.
No, but for sure, like I've been talking to a couple artists, trying to maybe make a deal that, let's say, you know, I commission an art piece I could eventually put on a shirt, and we'll somehow split the payment if anyone buys anything from us. And so yeah, it's like an idea I hope to go through with in the very near future.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do design-wise. The only thing I have in mind still is there's another tweet that I talked about a little while ago. I really wanted to have my alias or stage name drawn in like gooey, drippy letters. I'm thinking like Goosebump style or Knuckle Sandwich style. I think something like that would be dope.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
I approve.
Stand.
Good. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on that.
Dope.
Hella.
so
Yeah. I went off on a tangent. I'm sorry.
That's
No.
okay.
Oh, that's so good.
That's okay.
What else you guys want to get into now?
Well, let's see what we have on our little board here. I mean,
On
this
our
this
very, very
one would have been more
professionally-
appropriate if Ramona were here and RBK, but I guess we could get into it anyways and go back to it if they show up.
I suppose. we can do that, yeah.
You know, people such as myself and Max have more or less been involved with beat making. And I don't know if we've touched on the subjects of our influences and how our style developed over time. So, Max, you being the predominant producer, would you like to enlighten us?
Sure, absolutely. Yes, Rondo, absolutely. I would love to touch on the subject. No, but like, I mean, much like probably 9 out of 10 producers, I came in and I wanted to sound like, you know, I wanted to sound like DJ Premier, I wanted to sound like Jay Dilla, I wanted to sound like Pete Rock, and that's still very prominent in my production even today. I love those guys to death, and they taught me a lot of like ideas and ways to go about production and so forth. But over time, I feel like my influences have less been the greats, and I've like, it's almost like the more friends I made, I've grown with them stylistically. Like even if we have not directly collabed or worked on a project together, listening to their music and being involved in sharing it and supporting it, you know, and just pick up a lot of influences from them. So I feel like I've applied a lot of stylistic choices and ideas from them. So yeah, I feel like now, I don't know, I'm a weird Frankenstein's monster of tiny bits and pieces of like early influences, friends, and other artists I've discovered over the years. So yeah, I mean, and not only that, it's just as an artist, I was thinking of just making loops and simple instrumentals when I first started. Like I was like, that's my thing, that's my niche, that's what I want to do. But I guess I've grown to the point of just going through other genres as well. Like I've just started doing a little bit of house stuff. I've started doing a little bit of footwork. I've done juke and what else? I don't know. I just do whatever at this point. So
Yeah, you just go with your heart, do what you think is, cool.
Well, I think that's the best way to approach it. I mean, when I first got into beat making, it was almost like strictly, I want to make lo-fi. I want to make lo-fi. I want to make lo-fi. And obviously that was not the move.
Energy.
So I started trying to branch out and see if I could get something else out of it, but a lot of what inspired me was some of the production that I saw on Kill Bill and Rav's tapes, and I know Bill does a lot of his own production, and seeing a lot of what Kubrick did, and seeing some of the beats Pyrocratic provided for Meet the Toxic Jungle helped me branch out.
Still care though.
Helped me try to build something beyond what I had initially wanted to do. And I think last week we were talking about acoustic chops, and that's something I really want to do because I play acoustic guitar. It got overwhelming towards the end. And trying to transpose that into a beat is a lot more difficult than one would think.
I fully agree. Like I've come across I don't play guitar, so I've looked over some samples, and they play the acoustic guitar in a way that is like it screams like beat material. Like I could do something really dope with this. I just don't know how to implement an acoustic guitar. It's the one instrument that is so difficult to make beats with for whatever reason.
Although then again, you see artists like Kadathe who do everything himself guitar-wise. He records every little bit of his guitar, and then he turns it into a beat, and that I think is amazing. Like that's somebody I would want as a mentor, but he's Kadathe, so.
Yeah, I mean it's probably a bit hard to just get in touch with him so casually.
Not impossible though.
No, that's true. Going a little bit, didn't Charismatic try to get in contact with Mind Design?
I know there's two Mind Designs. There's like the younger Mind Design that's like MNDZN, and then there's another one that's like actual Mind Design. And I think Charismatic was trying to collaborate with the former, who is a much younger, much less known producer.
Okay. But like going back on what you said, like that was I forgot to mention that like another influence of mine personally was I also wanted to do lo-fi in a sense, because this was before I knew lo-fi was like a legit genre. I didn't know it was like an actual there was a name for the sound I was going for. Because I came into the scene quite late. Because I remember listening to a lot of radio shows and beat shows that was from the 90s, early 2000s, and they would all have this like grimy, low quality sound to them, but the beats still sounded absolutely amazing. So then when I would find the instrumentals in their high quality original sound, etc., it just wouldn't sound as good as it did when I heard them from the radio recordings and little videos I found on the web. So I basically wanted to go in and wanted to recreate that feel, I guess. But I didn't know there was a name. Lo-fi. What do you know? Go figure.
So, another topic. I don't know how versed you guys are in Brockhampton, but there's been a tweet string going on lately. And it's all surrounding Don McLennan calling out Amir Van and basically clearing up some of the fog around why Amir Van got kicked out. And the sexual assault allegations began the whole thing surrounding Amir, and they decided it was time to part with the member. Unfortunately, that led to Amir admitting a lot of other things, and he admitted to Dom that he betrayed Dom by setting up one of his friends to get robbed, and a lot of the defense in that is that, oh, well, Amir's been rapping about that for 3 albums. You guys should have known that was going to be who he is, but he was also rapping about being a changed man. And it's
that's his close friend too, so that's just fucked.
The thing is, like, Amir used to be, like, my favorite band member, and that just, like, broke me when I found out about everything.
Yeah. And I don't really give in to the whole, oh, he was rapping about it for 3 albums while pretending to be a changed man. When apparently he wasn't, because he was still doing these things while he was still associated with this group. And so, unfortunately, that's kind of something I have to let go of, unfortunately.
Thinking a lie isn't really all that cool.
I, unfortunately, am not like a mega fan of Brockhampton, so I'm totally living under a rock when it comes to all these events that led up to this whole conflict. But I'll just say, you know, based on the information I read in the article and from what you guys said, I mean, that's fucked up.
I'm trying not to say it be like that sometimes, but it's it really do.
It really do, bro.
They don't think it be like it is, but it do. Another interesting story. You guys remember how Donald Starr's Walk of Fame, or Donald Trump's Walk of Fame star was utterly destroyed by a pickaxe. They caught the man who did it. They caught the man who did it, and they interviewed him. And he says, I chose to listen to Death Grips while destroying it because it gave me the energy I needed to tear through the star.
I don't blame him. That.
I mean, he got through it, didn't he?
He did get through it. He got all the way through it.
Yeah.
Death Grips.
Yeah.
And I mean, the guy is right now walking free, right? I think he got bail, didn't he? He got out on bail.
I believe he did.
Good for him.
I mean, I'm kind of split on the situation. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh.
Like, I'm not. The thing is like, I get it. Donald Trump is certainly not the most amazing person on planet Earth. By far. I know. But it's still like, I mean, I don't know. Is it really right to go out of your way to destroy the star? It's still like you're, I don't know. It's like, what's the point? He's just destroying property, just committing a felony. I'm sure there's other ways to get whatever you're trying to say through in better ways, you know.
I mean,
that isn't so violent.
I get that, but then you also fall back on, like, what is it, over in France, the farmers are having a hard time with the parliament, and so they decide to take a truck, drive it across the side of a government building, and spray it with liquefied horse shit. To get their point across.
The French people are fucking savages. What the fuck?
Liquefied?
Yes, liquefied horse shit.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to clean up.
Just put like kilos, like tons of fucking horse shit into a blender.
Basically.
That's a big blender.
Yeah. So France got a big blender.
I guess so. You're right.
Just imagine you're just walking by, you just see liquefied horse shit. How do you process that? Like just no, not even smell it. Just like you see it first, and then the smell comes to you. How do you process that?
You don't.
I have worked at a farm, and let me tell you, I've shoveled a lot of horse shit in my days, and yeah, I'm trying to imagine an entire building or like a big chunks of the building covered in horse shit. That's a little gag inducing.
So, reading this article on the whole Walk of Fame star thing, it says that in 2016, James Lambert Otis attempted to do so using a jackhammer. Funnily enough, that same man went on to bail out Clay after he turned himself into police. So yes, he was bailed out, but by the guy who tried to do it before.
It's like it's like a generational thing.
Right.
What a legend.
It's like one of those butt lines from JoJo, like it's destined to happen.
Right. It says, according to Clay, the guy that did it with the pickaxe, the Secret Service later visited him at his home, presumably at the behest of Trump. No reprimanding or retaliation took place. It was actually quite the opposite. He said, but they kind of thought it was funny. I didn't harm anyone, I didn't commit a violent act, and after we got to talking, one of them gave me a high five. Death Grips didn't respond formally to GQ. They did, however, retweet it on social media, so it's safe to say they'd give Clay a high five too if they could.
Wow.
Alright, interesting stuff.
That's wholesome. That's wholesome right there.
Wholesome as fuck.
Wholesome
Very.
indeed.
Alright, so next up we have a Twitter status, right?
We have a Twitter status?
No.
A Twitter status.
By whomst?
The girl using the hard ER.
Ah, boy. Yes. Allow me to pull this up. Let's see. So, light-skinned gentleman posts a picture, morning Twitter, and somebody responds, "This is the most light-skinned thing you've done in a while." To which he responds, "I'm not light-skinned, I'm black. Yes, I understand it's a joke, but it's a joke made about blacks. It just promotes the divide of black people." To which this young white girl says, "Well, hard ER is for both. Would you rather that?" And it goes on to post pictures of her, who is the palest, blondest motherfucker.
That's his close friend too, so
it ends with a macro that says that's gonna be a fucking yikes from me, dog, and I agree wholly with that.
Major yikes on that one.
Major yikes.
Big yikes.
Absolutely. That's a 10 out of 10 yikes.
I don't know. Why? I mean,
What's the point?
Was there any more background to that, or did she just like come out of nowhere and say that shit?
Yeah, no. So there was no provocation whatsoever for her to do that. She just did it, which is very telling about how she feels about African American gentlemen.
Really all that cool.
Right.
We didn't expect it to go viral.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just negative attention seeker.
That's an interesting point, because I feel like now more than ever, a lot of people will go out of their way and make themselves look like total jackasses online just for some clout.
So, I'm trying to figure out where this is located at. But there's a Cowboy Bebop cafe.
You really do, bro.
coming out
transition.
with the theme of the Heaven's Door movie, which I personally am excited about. If I could get to it, I would. They have several dishes to offer. The Yo Pumpkinhead curry, as we all recall the pumpkin heads flying through the streets in that movie. Those of us that have seen it. They have the Big Rocket Noodle, which is the ramen that they eat all the time because they're broke bounty hunters.
It's bounty hunters with college students.
Basically. Oh, wow. And they have
he got
a
through
whole
it, didn't he?
selection of framed movie posters, stickers, coasters, trading
Shout out
portraits,
to Death
beer
Grips.
glasses.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, with locations in Osaka and Akihabara. Well, fuck that. I'm not getting to Japan anytime soon.
Shit.
Sad times.
Call
Really
my
sad.
brother. We're going to Japan.
Still, I really like this transition. Just white girls using the N-word. By the way, there's a Cowboy Bebop cafe.
The best. I do appreciate like the plating and everything. It's super like artistic.
Mm-hmm.
So, have we talked about the Ye and Drake beef yet?
Oh yeah, speaking of Twitter,
Ramona needs to be here for that.
facts.
Ramona
She was
can fill
all
us up
over
on
that.
it. Yeah, she was.
That's hilarious though.
Ramona!
Ramona, please, baby, come home.
Gary, come home.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Jesus Christ.
Oh, please.
Christ.
Gary Come Home has horrible memories for me from that fucking Double D podcast.
Liquefied?
Yikes, dude.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to clean
Max
out.
knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't. Fuck.
Sure.
Like, I don't feel like I know enough on the subject of Drake and Kanye to
Actually,
like have anything interesting to say
imagine-
about besides the tweets that Ramona presented. But Ramona would know a whole lot more about this entire thing. Like, she could
Imagine
fill
just,
us
imagine
all
just walking by
in
and
on
you
this
see
whole
liquefied
ordeal.
horse shit. I mean, like I know some of it, but we can always
How
go
do you
back to it
process
once she's
that?
here. Like just no, not even
That
smell it.
is
Just
true.
like
That's
you
true.
see it first, and then the smell comes to you. Like the beef has been going
How
on
do
for
you
like quite some
process
time.
that?
Like we're talking years, and it all started because something petty, and it's just led up to this. It's been building up for a while.
Damn, so it like snowballed basically.
Yeah. honestly.
So, let's see. What else do we got here? Tool album due in January.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Hell yeah.
Long time coming.
I don't listen to Tool, but that's pretty fucking sweet, dude.
I mean, it's been a long time coming. Maynard didn't want to record those vocals. The fucking backing tracks were done. Let's see what this has to say. I'd like to think, however, that it's all done,
It's like
and
a
all
legacy-
that remains
it's like a
is some tweaking
generational
of the
thing.
mix and sending off to master in January, the report reads.
It's like one of those butt lines from JoJo.
So
like
hopefully
it's
that'll
destined to
come
happen.
out soon.
Yeah, let's hope.
I got my fingers crossed. Whoever's really looking forward to this album.
Thanks, Max.
Of course,
You're
when you get long-standing waits for albums, like we've been waiting for the new System of a Down album, you're always disappointed.
Oh, I know. It makes me so sad.
That face.
But I've been listening to A Perfect Circle and Pucifer for a while now. So it's
Perfect Circle is perfect. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see.
Wholesome indeed.
Here. What do I got to post in here? Let's see.
What you got?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
fuck.
Christ.
Fuck.
Let's talk about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, baby.
Oh,
I am.
what is this thing? Oh boy.
I just don't know what to say. It's wrong. It's bad
wrong.
on many levels.
Look at his legs and his feet.
It's getting to that fucking uncanny valley where it's like just a little too close to reality. It's too close for fucking comfort, dude.
It cringes me out.
I hate
His
it.
shoe size is like a fucking 7 in American.
He foot too small.
He foot too small for he goddamn boot.
Sonic, my boy, how you gonna run fast with them small feet?
Can we just talk about the legs though? Like, this is just god awful.
Very long. They're long leggies.
They're long and his calves are nothing.
They're too pronounced.
How do you run that fast with no calves?
Stick feet.
I think the upper body is like way worse from what I've seen.
Upper body? There's an upper body shot?
There's
There
an image of his whole
there
fucking
is
body
somewhere. I'd have to find it. Here it is. Hold on.
It's like weirdly muscular and it doesn't make sense.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
It's disproportionate as heck.
Here it is.
Oh no.
Feast your eyes.
Oh no. What is that?
I
What
fucking
is that?
hate it. I hate it.
What is that?
We didn't expect it to
There's
go
no
viral.
fucking way.
You know those
I
Chimera?
hate it.
You know those Chimera
What?
fusions from like Full Metal Alchemist? This is what it's reminding me of.
Let's just hope this isn't part of the canon.
Oh.
Dr. Eggman.
Oh.
My.
This is too much.
The worst part is I'll probably pay money to watch it because like I have to see it just to make sure it's actually real.
I want to see it in picture, like in video.
I have to see it. It's just so bizarre, and it's just like it's a thing I would never think of asking for, but the fact that it might become real, you know, fuck.
Just imagine this thing talking.
I can't. How many teeth does it have?
I know, right?
No, don't even forget about Knuckles.
I don't even know if Knuckles is gonna be included in this.
Tails too.
How do you think Amy is gonna look like?
Honestly.
Oh.
Let's not talk about that.
You know the
Youngster
furries are
college
gonna
students.
go crazy about this, right?
No, what if the
Oh,
furries just support this movie to this core and we get sequels?
Oh, there's a chance.
Or do you think maybe even the furries are gonna look at this? He's like, nah, no.
Even the furries reject it.
That's sad.
I just can't get the thought of just Nina Tucker just out of my mind. Just like Full Metal Alchemist is just it's got some strong vibes to this. It's killing me, dog.
Nah, what would Lily say? I think Lily would. What's Lily's catchphrase right now? Isn't that fucking absolute chaos?
Absolute.
Absolute chaos.
No puns
I
intended.
feel.
No
I
puns
feel like
intended.
he would definitely go off on a rant about this, considering how passionate he is, just about certain things. Like I'm sure there would be a good
speaking of
Lily
Twitter-
rant if he was here.
Absolute chaos.
Speaking of
Boy,
chaos,
yeah, there's fucking chaos.
it's hilarious though.
Is that your Lily impression?
Be a little
Very
bit rougher.
good.
Just a little rougher.
I was thinking.
I guess I'll just fill in for Lily. Oi, this Sonic movie is gotta be absolute shit. It's gonna be absolutely terrible.
Okay, that's accurate.
It is.
The Stormic movie's got bad shit. It's fought in
Bad
it.
shit. Bad
Oh
shite.
yeah.
Fresh sight. Speaking of just like chaos, imagine Shadow in this movie though.
No, Shadow cannot be a part of this.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
fucking Rouge the Bat. Alright.
Hey,
Like, I know some of it, but
I
we can
got
always go back
feelings
to it
about
when she's
Rouge.
here.
I want to see some fussy, furry, hairy.
Just know, like, the beef has been going
my
on for like quite some
God.
time. Like, we're talking years, and it all started
Matt.
because of something petty, and it's just led up to this. It's been building up for a while. Scandalous, indeed.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, honest.
so how do you guys feel about One Punch Man?
Yeah.
I'm so hyped, dude. Oh
So
my
Very
god.
good.
So hype?
Like,
So hype that I'm gonna post
Yes.
this right here.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
And on 3 we're gonna hit play and we're gonna watch
Hell
it
yeah.
and we're gonna react to it, alright?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
1, 2, 3. If it loads.
Ah.
Oh my Christ.
There we go.
Ah.
Shay's having an orgasm mid-podcast. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Gone wrong. Bad face.
悪を執行する皆殺しパーティーだ。
俺は強くなりすぎたの戦いか。覚えてねえなその感覚。俺はもっと強くなりたい。
だったら俺が誰にも負けない。俺はまだまだ強い最強の怪人になってやる。
もしかして強くなりすぎて戦うことが嫌
奴だけは必ず見つけ出し、この手で完全に破壊する。見つけたぞ。お前を排除する。
強くなればいいんじゃね。
Oh Christ. Much.
Good.
Childhood. This makes me even more hyped because it comes out on my birthday. This
Oh,
thing.
April.
Oh, nice.
April.
Yeah,
I didn't
April.
even see the April the first time. Very nice.
Oh,
That's much sooner than I
ヒーローを
expected.
やっているものだ。
very much hype. Like, oh my god. Like, I didn't see much, but I just know what happens, so I'm just like ready.
Right. Like, I
Oh
read
my
the
god,
manga.
It cringes me out. Yeah, I read the
Oh.
manga, dude. Oh my god, that reminds me of Filthy Frank.
Any of you guys watch Zombieland Saga?
No.
Is that with the
No.
cute girls as zombies?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I watched some of it.
Well, there's
The
this,
only thing I've seen is the rap battle scene. That's the only thing I've seen.
the rap battle scene was fantastic.
Like,
They
can
have
we
a
just
rap
talk
was
about those
great.
things, though? Like, this
Yes,
is
they do,
do.
Oh my god.
But recently, there was an episode that came out that made it apparent that one of the characters was transgender, and there's this whole fucking debate
Thing is,
about it.
I think the upper
And
body is
my
like way
opinion
worse
is,
than
who
what I
fucking
seen.
cares?
Yeah. Like, what's the
Honestly.
big deal?
What's the big deal? Who
I
cares
think-
if she's fucking a male?
It's
Which
god
one?
awful.
Lily, the short little blue-haired girl,
It's like weirdly
Oh.
muscular, and
turns
it
out to
doesn't make
be
sense.
a man that wanted to be
It's
a woman her
disproportionate
entire
as heck.
life.
So,
I don't know. I don't see an issue
so
with it.
what? So what? What's the issue? Everybody's
Sure,
up in
Alex.
arms like, oh, they're pandering to the fucking fandom that wants fucking trans people. No.
okay, but like, when has there been trans representation in anime?
Never.
That is very true.
Never.
You know those Chimera fusions from like,
Okay.
at times they're kind of fantasized.
This is
and
what
that's
it's
kind of
reminding me
fucked up. Like fetish, they like fetishizing like anime hentai and shit like that. But other than that, no. Oh, Dr. Eggman.
I don't know, like coming from the perspective of someone who don't watch a show, I mean, really the only thing I have to say when it comes to trans characters or any kind of character that kind of differentiates itself from
I want to see it in
the standards,
in video.
basically, I guess. My only requirement, I guess, or my only preference is that this one detail about the character doesn't become their whole shtick. That's not the one thing that defines their entire character.
Exactly. It's just a part of her.
Yeah.
No,
and
don't
again, it's coming from someone who has
Knuckles.
not watched a single episode of Zombieland Saga, so I don't know how they treat the character. But generally speaking, if you have a trans character, just don't make the fact that they are trans their whole thing. Give them personality and interesting traits.
Oh, what if the furries just support this movie to this core
now I
and get
can't
sequels?
find.
Saying that.
I wanted to look through the pens because yeah, the link that I was given for this whole Adam 22 assault thing just leads to the fucking Kanye Drake beef.
Like, Full Metal Alchemist is just, it's got some strong vibes to this.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I have no
me,
information on that now.
No, I think the reason why it does that is because I noticed that the link that leads to the whole situation with Adam 22, I think you accidentally put two links combined.
Yeah.
Okay,
no puns intended.
I found it.
No puns intended.
Yeah.
I found it. So, it looks like Atlantic Records has cut its ties with Adam 22 and its No Jumper label. According to a report by Billboard, Adam Grand Mason, BKA
Speaking
Adam
of chaos,
22, and Atlantic Records have parted ways in light of his alleged sexual assault case. If you recall, back in March, Pitchfork reported a story on two anonymous women who were accused Grand Mason of sexual assault and other misconduct. In a more recent story by the Daily Beast, another accusation has come against Adam 22. This time, a woman claims he gave her Xanax when she was already inebriated, then had sex with her and videotaped it without her consent. Grand Mason has denied any wrongdoing, but he did address the latest accusation late last night on Twitter. He says, "There's a girl claiming that I drugged her and took advantage of her with my girlfriend present. We made a video responding to these absurd accusations."
Speaking of just like chaos,
I really don't feel like playing the video.
I watched the entire video.
Did you? Okay, so give us a summary on the video.
It's hard to give it a summary because a lot of the video was just them repeating themselves and kind of going off topic, but basically from what I could gather, they claim that this girl that were,
scandalous,
saying that she had been raped and stuff. Apparently they had like a long relationship before that. Like apparently Adam and his girlfriend was like having sex with this girl a lot of times, and they were having these orgies together supposedly, and Adam's girlfriend and her apparently were like really good friends for a long time, and then out of nowhere, in the midst of the other accusations and drama that surrounded Adam 22, I think she tried to get him in trouble by kind of hopping on the bandwagon. At least that's what Adam said, that she just kind of hopped on that whole thing. And I guess just basically finished it by saying that... I'm trying to remember, it's an 18-minute video. Yeah, right, and I watched the whole thing.
Oh my god, it is an 18-minute video.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Gone wrong.
That's too long.
Yeah.
That's really, really too long. But basically, I could not gather much from it. I mean, they didn't really... They had some kind of dumb excuses to, to support, like, to defend themselves. They said that, I have DMs, I have messages that proves that I, did not rape her. I have this and that to like, he basically said he had like the evidence to prove that he's innocent, that he hasn't done any of these things. But
all
he had all these excuses to not like present any of them. Yeah.
Also said there was like people there with them that say that it didn't happen, but I don't see them speaking up.
Yeah, they're being anonymous for some reason.
I mean, like, if that's your friend and he's being like accused of these things, like, I'd help him out if I had evidence that he didn't do it, but that's not me.
I mean, but what doesn't help Adam's case though is he admits to that,
This
you know,
makes me
before
even
the
more
orgies
angry, 'cause it comes
or
on my
before
birthday.
doing the whole, you know, having
Yeah,
sex
April.
with this girl, they said they were doing cocaine and getting fucked up
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. It's like, that's not helping you, Adam. By saying that you've been
Pretty much
snorting
hype,
cocaine and
Oh
drinking
my God.
alcohol.
I didn't see much,
Taking
but I
Xans.
just know what happens, so I'm just like ready.
Yeah, which he claimed he had at home. Like,
Oh my
he
God.
did not have any Xanax with
Yeah,
him. The only
like,
thing
yeah, I
he did
remember,
was he took
dude.
half a Xanax to help him fall
Oh
asleep.
my God, that
Then
reminds
he
me
gave
of
the other
Filthy
half a
Frank.
Xanax to the girl to help her sleep.
She said she asked for it also. I'm not. No.
Indeed.
This is just a tricky situation.
Either
Yeah.
way, honestly.
I think there's something we should
have a
wait
rap-
to get a little more information on. before
They
we
have a
talk
rap battle
about it.
scene?
Right.
Right.
Possibly.
Oh my God.
So, a new Broly movie.
Yes.
Ooh.
Time to weeb out for this one.
I don't watch Dragon Ball.
Neither do I.
It's okay. We'll educate you too.
Good.
Alright.
Well, to summarize, the new Broly movie is going to be 10,000 times better than the previous one because in the first one, Broly's lines were literally just Kakarot. He just screamed Kakarot over and over and over again, so they're actually giving him a character arc this time.
a little bit more inaudible screaming, and then Kakarot,
Yes.
and then a bit more. Then you had the second movie, and how do I really put it? It was just not really living up to the hype of his first one, and then the third one is just completely out of the waters, not related to the first one at all. He wasn't even Broly, I think. I mean, I know
was
like
like
at
Bio
times
Broly,
they
shit
kind of
like that?
fantasize it, and
yeah,
that's
there
kind
was
of
a
fucked up.
Bio Broly
Like
movie.
they like fetishize it in like animation.
But
and shit like
now
that.
they have the
Other than that,
DBZ
no.
Super Broly, which hopefully will take both of those in the past and just destroy them, from what I understand.
Seems way stronger than what he was like back in the past movies, because he's just like in base fighting against Super Saiyan God, Vegeta, and shit like that.
Yeah.
He's stronger.
I don't know. The cast says that Raditz is a part of it, and I don't know how Raditz could possibly have anything to do with it.
Exactly. What is Raditz
just
gonna
part
do?
of it.
He hasn't been seen in like years.
Right, not since the beginning of the series.
Exactly. We're talking decades, man.
I guess you guys are done talking about Dragon Ball?
You gotta love the awkward
I
silence.
think we're running out of topics here. I mean, the Hardy R thing, we were gonna wait for Ramona, but Ramona never showed up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Then the Kanye thing we barely got to. Fuck.
Oh, actually, you know what? I did pull that up. If I just do this again.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, here we go. Kanye West versus Drake, a complete history. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Kanye West and Drake reignited their beef Thursday night. We thought there was a truce, but Ye's latest tweet, Salvo revisited some of the biggest drama in 2018 rap. Don't play with me, he tweeted. You stay too close to be playing all these industry games, bro. What's so shocking is remembering that it isn't always this way. The relationship between Kanye and Drake was a mix of admiration and competition. as the two would engage in a push-and-pull cycle while both vied to be the center of rap. Below is a collection of the highs and lows of their friendship. Wind back to February 29. Say What's Real was the first time a lot of people heard Drake go in on the 808s and Heartbreak cut, but it wasn't the first freestyle over some Kanye production, having rapped over Barry Bonds and Swagger Like US in the years leading up to 2009. But Say What's Real established Kanye's link to the universe Drake and 40 would soon build. Kanye West shaped a lot of what I do as far as music goes. Before I met him, I had the utmost respect for Kanye West, Drake told MTV News in 2009. I'd even go as far as to say he's the most influential person as far as a musician that I'd ever had in my life. Soon enough, Kanye began working with the young Toronto rapper, directing the memorable music video for Best I Ever Had and helping co-produce and co-write Thank Me Later single Find Your Love. But it wasn't long until friction began to settle in. 40 told Vibe magazine in 2010 that he had been cursed out by Yeezy for stealing his sound, and Drake was one of many artists asked to contribute to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy sessions, writing a verse for All of the Lights that would eventually be cut from the vinyl version. 2011 and thereafter would find Drake bouncing between admitting reverence for Kanye, careful to avoid stepping on toes when pressed on this subject matter in interviews, or going on in the opposite direction and sending passive-aggressive shots. A cover story from the source found him in a mood ready to declare war. My goal is to surpass everything he's accomplished, Drake said. I don't want to be as good as Kanye, I want to be better. And I think this is where it all started. This extended to talking down to the heavily rumored collaboration album between Kanye and Jay-Z, soon to be known as Watch the Throne. I heard some other guys coming out with an album too, Drake said in a Tim Westwood interview in January 2011. There's two other rappers that are coming out with an album together. I don't know where they got that idea. Watch the Throne would have a big effect on Drake, who went as far as admitting started from the bottom from 2013 as Nothing Was the Same was inspired from trying to create a hook that bounced with similar cadence. So, stealing Kanye's style. While many wondered about Drake's other Cold War with Kanye's other rapping partner, by contrast, he and Drake seemed to have a cordial, if not competitive, relationship with one another for years. Drake would bring out Kanye at multiple OVO festivals in this time period, the latter claiming Drake's commercial success was what spurred him on to keep going. These invitations to OVO Fest suggested the two buried the hatchet. Things would change at the start of 2016 as both rappers started to include subliminals towards the other in freestyles and Lucy releases. Nothing too serious, of course. Drake just wants us to know that he has a bigger pool than Kanye. Oh, I'm gonna skip a lot of this and see if I can get to the most recent shit. If it's even fucking here.
Oof.
Yeah, in hindsight, 2018 brought an entirely different energy to the Drake-Ye Cold War, as every grievance these men had towards one another spilled onto verses, one-off Instagram posts, and interviews. Despite Kanye's 2016 stage comments, Drake traveled to Wyoming to work on Ye, contributing a verse and a hook to a single to Yikes. It was also in Wyoming where Drake allegedly previewed March 14th to Kanye and was given Lift Yourself for use on Scorpion. Kanye made a major concession when he told the New York Times that he felt Drake was the number one rapper. Losing Ruler King crown, it was this thing where it's like, okay, you're not the number one rapper, Drake's the number one rapper, but you're the number one with shoes or this or that, he said. And it's like, yo, no more number ones. What's the number one tree over there? Just be one of them. All of them are beautiful. Yet Drake later alleged that the release of Lift Yourself and announcing the rollout of several good music albums were intended to interfere with Drake and Scorpion. Nevertheless, it sparked another major falling out between the two. Then there's Pusha T, a man with his own grievances and agenda towards Drake. Infrared on Daytona, an album entirely produced by Kanye, contained numerous shots at Drake and his alleged ghostwriting. This was the last straw for Drake retaliating with Duppy Freestyle, dissing both Pusha and Kanye the same day Daytona came out. Rumors started that Kanye was intended to guest on a single for Nice for What. Several days after Duppy Freestyle, Pusha responded with the story of Adidon, which hopefully most of us are familiar with because that was quite a fucking bomb.
Yeah, for sure.
Revealing Drake's secret child to the world. Pusha T's seismic response didn't see an immediate response from Drake, although according to Jay Prince, the rapper had a career-ending record for Kanye West, which Prince convinced Drizzy not to release as it affected one's livelihood. I don't know how Prince would have convinced him not to do that, because Prince was dead.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, the awkward silence.
Despite the setback, he had no problem sending shots Ye's way every chance he got this summer. A guest verse on French Montana's No Stylist had him warning girls not to wear Yeezys around him. They wouldn't link when they got no tunes he later received on a Link Up TV freestyle, referring to his songwriting credits for Kanye. They too worried about selling out shoes. Another form of subliminals the rappers embraced was emojis, sending Kanye into a tiff during a radio interview where he stated, "People be around your family and you be in your house, and this and that, and then they get mad about a beat and send purple demon emojis. I don't play like that. I don't play in that place." Drake's response? More purple emojis. Then, of course, there's Sicko Mode, a now #1 Billboard charting song with some notable subliminals that seem too on the nose when you remember he and Kanye live in the same Calabasas neighborhood. So, apparently, Drake called Kanye. There's no record of this, but Kanye claims that Drake called him to threaten him.
Drake of all people, though?
Yeah, Drake called Kanye to threaten him.
Yeah, because I saw all that go down. It was just like, bro, stop it. You send emojis, which was the funniest thing.
If I could find the string of tweets, I'd just be reading them off, but I can't find them right now.
Oh my god, it was hilarious.
That was so fucking good.
It just seems like everything is just starting to boil now, because it seems like it started off as just this little competitive thing. How do I explain it? It's like mentor versus student, and it was like this competitive thing, and then just exploded into something else.
Yeah. And I mean, it's sad to see shit like that go down. That would almost be like if Eminem and Dre suddenly got into it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, this whole situation sounds a little bit like, I don't know how many people remember this. I don't think this is relevant at all at this point, but it sounds a little bit like the little back and forth between Eminem and Cage back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Cage?
Cage? The rapper.
I'm not familiar.
Alright.
I'm not familiar either.
Alright, well, basically, Cage was just, I think he was some kid from New York. I could be wrong, but I think he was out of New York, and he would spew some, really dark, kind of, similarly to how Eminem, started his career in the late 90s with the kind of the jokey, cartoony violence in his rhymes. Well, I mean, Cage would do that, but, a lot more dark, I guess, and there would be a lot of back and forth, claiming who took what style, who birthed what, who did this, who did that.
So shit talking about your deadbeat mom is a style now?
Yeah. Apparently it was back then, because Cage was he was on radio and shit, just oh, Eminem, he took everything that I'm doing, that's that was all me, I'm the one that started that shit.
I mean, just but you can't say that he's the one that started it, because there's bound to be somebody that did it before you, a pioneer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that
for
kind
sure,
of thing.
For sure.
Because that's
But
hard.
I'm going off topic. This isn't about Eminem and Cage. This is about Drake and Kanye West.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as we're on the topic of beef, there's a hilarious beef going on right here in St. Louis right now. Because Lil Xan was supposed to come and play a show in St. Louis. And this dude, Vlad HQ, posted this video with a fuck ton of guns. And he was like, I dare you to come to St. Louis. I'll fucking shoot you up and this and that.
Jesus.
Excuse me. And Xan canceled the show. But now a couple of my friends keep coming at him with diss tracks. And Vlad HQ just refuses to clap back. All he'll be like is like, oh, that was a garbage diss. You suck. Stop rapping. And it's like, if you're really about this shit, then fucking clap back, dude.
I mean, do you really need to bring a gun to Lil Xan, though? I mean, we're talking about the same guy who was hospitalized for eating hot Cheetos.
This little tiny fucking child.
he doesn't come off as threatening.
No, he's the farthest from threatening you can get.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chill dude, honestly.
And he actively advocates against drug use, in spite of his name.
I think that's kind of like a pull-in, like, like he's kind of like trying to pull people in to see, like, oh, he's just talking about Xans. Oh, he's not talking about Xans.
yeah.
I've been deceived.
That's his, like, trump card.
Lil Xan thinking he's slick and shit.
While we're on the talk about beefs, like, do you want to go back to earlier ones, or we just want to go back to Ye?
I mean, I don't know.
There's been a lot going on recently in 2018, honestly. Like, just looking back.
No.
Yeah. If only we would have set up a larger topic list here.
Yeah. I don't know. Did we touch on the YouTube subject?
No, we didn't. We did not.
Alright.
Where is that? So, would talking about YouTube be a relevant topic to our podcast? I mean, the topic of whether or not YouTube is still YouTube, could it be fun to share thoughts on?
I mean, we're posting it. I think we're going to post this on YouTube, so, like,
I mean, yes, it's going up on YouTube, but, like, is this the preferred platform? I mean, most podcasts go up on YouTube, so I would assume so.
Right.
I guess so.
Would there be any contrarian opinions?
I mean, it's... podcasts on YouTube, it's been going on for a while now, but people, like, go to... I don't see it often, but Spotify is often used as a platform for podcasts.
SoundCloud
too, for sure.
And Apple Music, or just Apple in general.
I mean, getting on Spotify or Apple Music would require DistroKid, and I don't know if we're ready for that.
I think we need a few episodes under our belts before that.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
A good question is, though, like, are we just considered a music podcast or a podcast that talks about everything?
I mean, it opens as a music podcast because, I mean, we are Ahegao Squad, and so, we open with what we're doing, what we're working on, but then it divulges into, whatever. So, I guess you could call it an all-around podcast. I mean, we review tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Beats.
So it could arguably be called a music podcast.
Arguably.
Literally specifically.
Like
the OG fans of Ahegao Squad podcast say, oh, you just changed up. You're not just music.
Can't believe I looked up to you guys.
Just shake my head.
No.
But I personally think that the followers of Ahegao Squad would want us to branch out from just music. They would want to hear more from us because all they hear from us is music and fucking hentai.
It's like growth. It's kind of like growth. You know what I mean? Like just evolving just from music into other things. Drake of all people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw all that go down.
Going on the whole
just
YouTube thing, though, I just want
you
like
send emojis, which is
I don't know, like,
thing.
what do you guys think? Do you still think that YouTube is like
thing.
a platform for just regular people? It's like, is it a platform for you to just express yourself freely, or has it become
go on and watch videos?
Do you feel like it's become more like
enjoy yourself now? Because it seems like it started off as just like this.
Yeah, but like, do you think like YouTube has changed?
It's like mentor versus student. It was like this competitive thing, and then just exploded. Especially with like ad review and all that stuff. The ad apocalypse, most death.
Yeah,
because like it used to be where like people like, okay, I'm gonna bring some like old name, like people like Oni-san, like that kind of guy used to have that kind of content where it's just like very super edgy, but he still got ad review around stuff. But now he's gotten to the point where he's literally like shutting down all his videos and making people pay for his content because of how bad the ad apocalypse did to him.
Right, like people like Onision and Leafy is here, or Leafy is gone at this point. But
never. God, he's been gone.
Literally.
It's just like it's also drama too. Like drama has been a main focus in YouTube, and it's not really about the content anymore.
I agree with that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that YouTube has become a platform exclusively for that. I think it's still a platform for everybody to enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you that.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I just feel like YouTube over the years have become less about broadcasting,
dumbed down in a way.
Oh, it absolutely has.
Like content of all kinds, but some people like being completely shut out. I feel like sometimes the content creators have definitely been like totally pushed away from the platform.
And then the type of videos they have to make in order to but he can't say that he's the one that started, because there's bound to be somebody before you, like a pioneer. You know what I'm saying? That
but
kind of thing.
Let's just throw all that to the wind and do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Fuck the system.
You see, what is that?
So
I totally just had a brain fart. It's almost 4 a.m. here.
Yeah.
Oof.
we are quickly approaching the hour and a half mark, so
cool.
Very cool. Thanks for telling us.
We could
go
ahead and wrap this up. This time maybe we can introduce ourselves.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll just do it at the end, and I'll affix it to the front.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is Rondo's like ultimate editing skills. You feel?
So hi, I'm Rondo.
He doesn't.
I go by Spirit Noise on SoundCloud and Twitter. I make music.
It's a chill dude, honestly.
No one else.
Who's next? Who's next?
I think that's kind of like a pull-in, like, should I just
he's
kind of like trying to pull people in.
Yeah,
I'll
do it last.
Not talking about
I'll do it last. Don't give a fuck.
Okay, my name is Cheyenne, but everyone calls me Shay or Shy.
That's just like
hi, Shay.
Hi, Max. I go by Shrey Switch on Twitter, and I make art and stuff. Yeah.
While we're on the talk about beefs, like, do you want to go back to earlier ones, or would you want to go back to the channel? No, we stop playing it. But my name is Jadedsage, and that's pretty much my handle. There's been a lot going on recently. Well, just pretty much looking back.
Sweet.
Cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. My name is Max. I go by Batboy or BatBXY, whatever you want, on SoundCloud and Twitter and pretty much everywhere else you look on the internet. I make beats. I make a lot of noise, and I post a lot of bullshit on the internet. But apparently a lot of people like it, and hopefully you will too if you decide to check me out. Much love.
Oh, so cute.
Obviously.
I mean, we're posting it. I think we're gonna post this on YouTube. So like, why
Jaded,
not?
I had to get up for a second. Did you introduce yourself?
Yes, it did.
Okay,
It did.
excellent. All right. Well, I suppose we'll be wrapping this up then.
Okay, everybody, tell us your favorite hentai minus night shift nurses. They literally eat shit.
Yeah, in the comments, please tell us your favorite hentai. That's all we want. That's all we want.
SoundCloud.
I'm gonna kick Craig out of here, and then you guys have the drive. Just drop your individual recordings. Jaded, I'll have to use Craig for you, but
yes.
Everybody, drop your individual recordings in the Squadcast 2 folder on the drive.
Okay.
A good question is though, like, are we just considered a music podcast or a podcast that talks about everything?
Ugh, the